college basketball, and you'll see that at halftime. This is Jay Randolph with Jeff Mullins here at the Civic Center in Birmingham. To all of you who have been watching, we hope you've enjoyed it. The executive producers of the Southeastern Conference Tournament are Castleman D. Chesley and Richard L. Clauser. The tournament games have been produced by Guido D'Elia and directed by Billy McCoy, Brian Sipe, and Jim Silman. Associate Director Reed Becker, our production coordinator Snuffy Smith, network coordinator Sue Devlin. And now we're showing you some of the names, in fact all of the names, of our marvelous crew who has worked here with us this week and brought you the sights and sounds of the Southeastern Conference renewal of their basketball tournament. Thanks to our sponsors too, and to all the stations who have been with us through this tournament, to Hootie Ingram, the assistant commissioner, and of course
A minute from the SEC tournament after these messages. Shows the outside shot. Kentucky's first pass steal on a one-on-one situation, and he made it all happen as he made two foul shots almost as the game ended. There's the recap of the tournament. Vandy over Ole Miss. Georgia beat Mississippi State. Then in the quarterfinals, overtime games, Tennessee beat
the Rebels, but tonight the one that'll be the one that counts. We'll have the tip-off in a moment. Ball shooting 70% in the first 20 minutes and leading Ole Miss 42-29.
The college game all season long, taking advantage of LSU's early timeout taken by the Volunteers. It's the Southeastern Conference during the ball here in Lexington. That's the 10th.
Let it happen again. You're not going to come back in Rupp Arena against Kentucky twice.
Game spirit.
Hands 8 times early in the going, but at intermission, Kentucky in front of LSU by 8 in quest of its 17th.
Going into the second half.
At the end of the first.
Memphis, Tennessee, the Pyramid, where the SEC championship game is about to be played between Florida and Kentucky. Pleased to have Dave Baker with us again. Dave, what are your thoughts before today's game?
Tom, you know, interesting because of a lack of preparation time. Both teams normally like to come out and get up a lot of shots before the game, but both teams were in the locker room for a long period of time today going over X and O's. People wonder who has the advantage. A team like Florida that has not had 2 as rough games. Do they have a physical advantage because they're better rested, or does Kentucky have the advantage from a mental standpoint because they've gotten through 2 wars? It'll be interesting to see.
And the place is almost totally blue today. A few Gator fans are here, but it's 3:50 left in the first half. Their last buck. So 20 minutes remain to decide the SEC mention. So Kentucky peaking at NCAA tournament time. And again, you see the folks that make not only our tournament coverage possible, this grueling 4-day set this time.
The NCAA Tournament Championship, and he is the clear favorite going into March Madness.
George for the highlights. Another great day in conference tournament championship games. They'll speculate undoubtedly about the upcoming NCAA tournament.
First half, Mississippi State leads by 5. Pat O'Brien will be along from New York with 10-12 at the half after this message and a word from your local station.
Making some noise in March Madness. Countdown to our CBS selection show. 3 hours, 52 minutes, and 10 seconds. Until we launch the next tournament. Let's talk a little bit about conference tournaments, though. You see the fans here, John, and you notice right
Once again.
Well, we touched on fool's gold, Barry. There are times when you can get
Financial. At First Plus, we're working first for you. Buy pizza.
We'll take a look at it's the Hogs and the Cats. Two top.
You were talking about Arkansas, right? By Bell South. Bell South is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the SEC.
They meet for a third time. Two teams that have been in the second half. If the Gamecocks are to give the Cats any kind of run, it's 40-30 Kentucky at halftime. Brett Gumbel, along with Special K, along with the Pennzoil. I'd say Kentucky's tradition is worth tooting your own horn about.
Oh, unbelievable.
Bell South. Bell South is proud to be the official telecommunications company of the SEC.
Done tonight against the Big Blue. We'll soon find out. As Ernie Banks once said, a tough ticket. When Arkansas came into this league, it
7-11, Kentucky leads Auburn. The Wildcats with a number of strings on the line. They're 11-0 here in the Georgia Dome. They've won 7 straight SEC tournament games.
Everyone. By Amoco Ultimate. You expect more from a leader, and you get.
Kentucky has played Arkansas half. 40-39. Let's go back to New York.
A team that truly has momentum has had it for the last 2 months.
You don't like Illinois chances?
Very, very difficult. I wish them luck, but extremely difficult. And they are truly made.
Kentucky with a 34-25 lead. Now stay tuned. Dave Neal along to take you through halftime right after these messages.
CBS Sports coverage of the road to the Final Four is sponsored by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. Oldsmobile.
A basketball championship selection show. Everybody tuned into that. These teams know what they're doing. Celebrate their team up by 17. Our coverage of NCAA men's basketball continues after this message and a word from your local station.
Without scoring out of their offense because their defense creates so much, and not with full court play, just tenacious work off of their half-court man-to-man principle defense. Tigers and the Kentucky Wildcats prepare for action in our...
That's Cliff Ellis. His Auburn Tigers all tied with Kentucky 36-36 at the break. We're coming back with more, including a chance to win $1 million next at the Superdome.
The rest of the competition.
Couple of numbers to watch. The last time Mississippi State played Kentucky, they scored 24 field goals, but only had 7.
State continues to lead here in New Orleans, 24-20. Kentucky has had 7 turnovers in the last 9 minutes, and during the time that the leader of
Ethel that much time on the inside.
15:32 before we conclude this one, 38-37. And Kentucky leads by 4. They led by 8 just 2 minutes ago.
But they turned it over a couple of times.
Yes.
Vern, and that
Mississippi State out of timeouts. Both teams in the double bonus. Let's check the CBS Sports line. Stat of the game. Kentucky.
To be in the middle of this battle.
He is indeed. It's been a contentious first half, 32-27. Stay tuned now as Dave Neal takes you through intermission. Local Nissan dealer today. Second half, Kentucky and Georgia straight ahead.
Brought to you by Dr. Pepper, by Infinity, by Bank Atlantic, by Pizza Hut, and by Gatorade X Factor.
Tom Hammond.
SEC basketball is brought to you by Toyota, by Nextel, by Advanced Auto Parts.
CBS sports coverage of the SEC Championship is sponsored by Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. Eating good in the neighborhood. Applebee's.
Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York City.
Good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call.
Perfect for a couple of years, so I'm sure the committee, not that they would be upset at those teams, but it makes their job a lot harder. Yeah, exactly.
Point guard, he has got to be the basket that I'm going after them. I'm telling you. But hey, let's give credit where credit's due. The Kentucky Wildcats playing on all cylinders tonight. Tubby Smith's got them ready. They look
Locker room, and his Kentucky Wildcats lead the Tennessee Vols by a count of 47-29. Dave Neal's back with our halftime activities right after this.
You can tell there is a buzz in Atlanta tonight. Kentucky is in the house and lead by 14. Tim Brando along with Joe Dean Jr. Speaking
Whitberry and Joe will have our halftime festivity.
This game has kept them in it. And if you're Kentucky right now, you've been going to your set plays about the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Is 10 at 14-4.
I like Kentucky's offense this year, Brad. Their point this year.
That's tough. Fans. All right, John Cena's in a little over 2 minutes. 33-19. The last 5 years, you win your conference tournament, you got a pretty good shot at winning the whole thing. How about your anatomy? Kentucky a 1-point lead. They led by as many as 9. Shannon talked with John Calipari a moment ago.
Coach,
Will foul. And that's
The defensive play of the year when he blocked the shot of Henson. He blocked a 14-foot jump shot from the longest guy.
With 11-50.
This is the guy.
Thanks, Shannon, and we'll see how that transpires. What do you make of Kentucky here in the first? Nashville, Tennessee. Both these clubs had combined 7 draft picks in the first 31 in last year's NBA draft. 4 from Kentucky, 3 from Vanderbilt. But
is what we need Colin Stein to be in games. He didn't have that.
foul was on Finney Smith, and that's his second. Don't forget, coming up, Heroes Charge halftime report. Gar and Dane. Talk about help defense. One 7-footer in the way, the other 7-footer comes over.
With the real weapon right here.